Okay, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, this is Al again, over here at Al's Motorcycle Shop, and we're still working on the bobber. We're gonna try to finish up the fender here right now, but I want to show you something. Here, let me get the camera because today I don't have a cameraman. Uh, what we're doing here is I've got some tools here. These tools are called dividers. And these are measuring instruments, and what we're going to do here, I can walk right around here and I can show you where we're at right here with this. Is right down in here we have to make a spacer that goes right in here to attach this fender to the frame. Okay, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that very good, but anyway, I made an extension right here that's bolted on. It's got these two bolts right here on it, and that's going to bolt to the frame. But we got to make a spacer in here because there's a gap in here, so that spacer has to be made perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to get one of these dividers, and these dividers are, you can buy these at Harbor Freight or anywhere. There's different ones. This is for measuring outside, or you can measure inside with this too, like that. There's an outside measurement, and then of course I'm trying to do this with one hand here, but there we go. And then you can measure inside, and this is for outside. This is something for something big. And now these are all old ones right here. These three right here are very old, and these up here at top are just Harbor Freight ones that I bought at Harbor Freight, and they seem to work. This one's here says it's made in India, but anyway, these older ones I use most of the time. They seem to work about the same. It's that down here where it measures at, these tips, it seems to be smoother. I don't know if it's from wear and use than the newer ones that are made in overseas. But anyway, we're going to take and we'll use this one right here, and we'll get us a measurement, and this is how we do it. Just walk around here. Like I said, I don't have a cameraman today. And what we do is we'll put this in here and we'll get a measurement. See there? We got a measurement there. And without moving that, we'll take and I have a scale here. And some people can call it a ruler, some people can call it a scale. And we'll measure it down there. Look at there, 7/8 of an inch. Okay, that's real easy to deal with. So what we'll do here is, as soon as I get this camera situated, well, we really need that cameraman today, don't we? But anyway, I've got this old engine lathe here, and over here, okay. And what I'll do is I'll get a piece of aluminum or a piece of metal or something. Aluminum works good, steel works good too, but you got to paint it. But and I'll drill a 5/16 hole in it for a bolt that I have around here somewhere. But anyway, we'll get a long bolt, and we'll make that, what I say, 7/8 of an inch long. All right, and the outside diameter we'll make probably, let's see here, let me get my scale here. We'll just do an outside diameter of 1 inch. We'll just get a 1 inch piece of stock, and we'll go ahead and make that. So let me get set up for that, and I'll be right back with you. Okay? Okay, we're back. I got a small piece of aluminum, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make my spacer out of this piece of aluminum here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put it up in the chuck on the engine lathe here, and I'm going to turn it down to an outside diameter 1 inch, and drill a 5/16 hole through the center, and then we're going to cut it off at 7/8 of an inch. Okay, that'll be our spacer for our fender. So I'm going to go ahead and move this camera over here to the engine lathe so you can see close up what I'm doing here. Okay, all right, let's go for that. Okay, now I got the camera set up. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to cut the outside diameter of this piece of aluminum down to 1 inch. Okay, and then we'll set the camera up and we'll go from there. I'll turn the speed up a little bit. So we got quite a bit to cut down here, because that's a big piece of aluminum. So we'll put in, you know, 50 1/4 or so, and this right here, because this is what we're going to use to leave the rest of it big. Alright. So I'll move the camera here a little bit. You can see. Cutting that pretty good. Oops, my bad. And we don't want to cut more than we're going to use, so we got we're about where we need to be. Then we'll go back and we'll take another bite. We'll take a big bite here this time. And we're just going to whittle this piece of metal down until it's until we make it do what we want it to do. So here we go. We're going to take a really big bite this time. Oh yeah. It's coming off now. So that metal that's swinging around there, they call that a chip whip. You don't want to get your hands on that, because it will cut you to pieces. It's as sharp as razor blades. So sometimes you have to... We're taking such a big bite off of that. You want to wait till it stops. You see I have all my fingers? Well, that's why. Because I'll wait till it stops first before I stick my hand in there. We'll keep cutting on that, and when I get it cut down to a 1-inch outside diameter, I'll come back with you and we'll take another look at it. Okay, as you can see, we got it down to 1 inch now on the outside diameter, and what we're going to do is, if you can see the face of that, is that's where it was cut off with a saw. So what we're going to do is we'll take this tool out right here, and we'll put in another tool, and this tool will it'll cut that face right there. And so what we want to do is we want to move this in. I'm trying to hold the camera and do this at one time because I don't have a cameraman today. And we're gonna put that there. So we're running now, and we're going to go ahead and face that off. And that tool is going to go in there and cut it perfectly square, as you can see. And that'll cut the face of that nice and flat. And hopefully it'll turn out good. And then we'll drill a hole down through the center of it, cut it off, and we'll be done. Alright. Because I have no cameraman, I need to get back to this, so I'll get right back with you, okay? And we'll take another look at it. Alright, now as you can see, we've got that done. I hope this camera's staying focused. But anyway, we're going to... we probably should run coolant over that, but what we're going to do is we're going to put a little oil on that drill bit so it doesn't gall inside there. And we're going to start drilling. Let's turn the machine on. Okay. to get a little spotter drill. This is not real critical because it's just a spacer. But sometimes getting these things started straight is a task. Anyway, we're going to drill right down through there. I think I pretty much well got it in the center. Close enough for a spacer anyway. As you can see, if I didn't have that, wouldn't have put oil on that drill bit, it'd be in pretty bad shape right about now. So we're going to take it out, try not to get in a big hurry here, and do the job right the first time, put a little bit more oil on it. Oil is a real important thing. So we'll finish drilling that out. We want to go in about an inch. We need 7/8 inch spacer. Look at those chips on it. And I'm going to put a spot more oil on that thing. We don't want that to stick in there. As you can tell, I'm trying to hold this camera and do this at the same time. It's a bit tricky. Okay, that may be deep enough. Let me shut this camera off and I'll measure how deep that hole is. If it's deep enough, we'll come back and cut that part off and we'll be ready to install it on our fender. Okay, we've got everything done. Our hole is okay. We have our cutoff tool here, and what this is going to do is just going to plow straight in and it's going to cut this piece off. Okay, we got the coolant pump running because as we're doing this, we need some kind of lubricant on that. As it's plowing into that aluminum, we don't want it to ball up and then break our tool bit off. So let's see what we can do here with turning this thing on and getting it moving. Okay, now we got everything set, so we should just be able to go right on in there, and hopefully that part will fall down into the bottom of the tray and we'll be able to retrieve it. Success. Okay. Let me turn this machine off. And we'll back out of here, out of the way here. And that's what's left of our aluminum piece. And let's see if we can find that part. It went way down in there. Yeah, sometimes those, with all that chips down there, it's kind of hard to find. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to turn the machine off, turn our coolant off, and I'm going to go hunt, see if I can find that down there in all that mess. Okay, I'll get back with you. Okay, I'm back, and I was able to look back down into the bottom of this machine, and I'll tell you, there's been many a times where I've made a really small part. This is a 1 inch in diameter, but I've made really small parts where like a 1/4 inch in diameter or an 1/8 of an inch in diameter, little small spacers to go into different things that you really need. It's hard to buy them. You got to wait several days for the order to come in, then you got to pay UPS shipping, and so it's just easier for me just to make it right here on the machine. So a lot, not to mention a lot faster. But anyway, I have made parts and they've fallen down the bottom of the machine. I never saw them again. So then I get to make it twice. But anyway, we found this one, and it was right on top. So we've got it all finished, and there's the finished product right there. I don't know if you can see that. And it's just a simple spacer. Now, you think simple spacer, no big deal. Back in the day, we used to use a stack of washers. That was our spacer. But anyway, I make a lot of these. When I build these custom bikes, you have to make the spacers. I usually make them out of steel, stainless steel. I've made axles, make the nuts for them. Sometimes when you want something and you don't want to wait for it, you just make it yourself. And or you want it made out of a special piece of material. You want it to be different, you know. So I just make it myself. And so all the wheels have to be spaced, they have to be centered. You know, custom bike is not from the factory, you make it yourself. So you, all the wheels have spacers, the front ends. Sometimes if you want like a foot peg is too far in and you have problems with keeping your foot on the foot peg, your foot wants to fall off. So you extend the foot peg out, so you have to make a spacer and a longer bolt, and you extend your foot peg out, and it's a lot more comfortable for you to ride. This is just little things that you have to do in a custom bike shop. So anyway, we're gonna just stick this right in here, and look at there. It fits perfect. So now all I gotta do is run a bolt through there, put a nut on the other end, a locking nut or a lock washer, so it doesn't fall off down the road, and you know, tink, 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 bam, somebody's windshield or your buddy behind you's riding, and all of a sudden he gets a washer in his eyeball. So we don't want that. So we're going to put probably a lock nut on that. It will never come off, and that'll secure the bottom of our fender, and our fender will be finished, and we'll be ready to put the back tire on. And I think next I'm going to probably put the transmission in. So we'll talk to you next time. Woohoo! This is Al, over and out. Woohoo!